they did. They had 34 rush attempts, 188 yards, 5.5 a carry. Cam had 15 completions, 20 on 25 attempts, 174 yards. He didn't turn the ball over. But that one crucial turnover, all turnovers are not created equal, Skip. When you turn it over and where you turn over greatly goes to whether or not you're going to win or lose the ball game. Well, turning the ball over is that juncture, Skip, because at worst, can you feel at least we're going to get a crack at a field goal? Who knows? We might get a walk-off touchdown and win the game. But we'll never know what happens. And in a situation like that, Cam has to know, Skip, it's just not good enough for them to get you down because you're in field goal range. They got to attack the ball. So Cam has to be better, has to have a better understanding. And he knows that nobody feels worse this morning because they were so close. They played well enough. Starting the game, I was like, oh, here we go again, New England. Y'all about to catch another L. And they fought, they scratched, they clawed. With no Gilmore, I thought the defense played well with no Stephon Gilmore. Other than Gilmore, they don't really have any name. They really can't pressure the quarterback on a consistent basis. They really never could once they let Chandler Jones go. He was the only guy that could really go get pressure on the quarterback. But Cam just has to do a better job of taking care of the football. He had 54 yards rushing and a touchdown. But when you look at Jacoby Myers, that was their leading receiver. Skip, I don't know if people know this. He was a college quarterback, and Cam gave him 10 targets. That's what, Jacoby Myers had 10 targets. Bird had 4. White had 4. Ryan Izzo had 3. Wow. That's what Cam is working with. Nobody here don't care about that because you got to get it done. And he could have got a victory yesterday. I believe they were going to win the game, Skip. If he holds on to that ball, we'll never know. But I believe they were going to win the ball game had Cam secured the football. And he knows he's got to do a better job of that. Coach Belichick preaches that. Maybe he need to get one of them old balls. Maybe they need to hire them ball boys back that old you-know-who had. He wouldn't have fumbled that ball then. Because ain't nobody ever fumbled. You notice that? They got more fumbles this year than they ever had in 20 years with you-know-who. Maybe it was the balls. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just throwing that.
Another gratuitous shot at Tom Brady.
Skip, I didn't call nobody's name. I'm just saying. They never fumble. And now all of a sudden, can't nobody hold on to the ball.
All of which is why I give Cam Newton zero blame for what happened yesterday. I give him high credit for them having 2 wins so far because this is a really bad football team. The cupboard was left bare. When Brady went south to Tampa, there's nothing left. He got lemonade out of lemons. I was going to use another expression, but you can't use that one.
Did you hear what Coach Belichick said on Friday? He said it's the salary cap. He said, you know, that's kind of got them in a bind. Skip, you own the store and stock the shelves. So if something is bare, it's because you left it bare, Coach. Who do you want to take the blame for that?
And who are your big-ticket items?
I don't know.
After Stephon Gilmore.
There's a lot of dead money with Brady. There's dead money with Gronk. So, Skip, but you have to factor that in when you give people these contracts and you let people willy-nilly just walk out the door. You have to understand the ramifications with dead money. That's how it works.
So I thought Cam Newton played extraordinarily well to get them their 2 victories. I thought he played supremely well at Seattle on that Sunday night and came within 1 play, bouncing it outside of stealing that game.
Correct.
Against Denver, it went to the wire, and he had a chance on 4th and 10 and misfired. And then it came down to this yesterday. But I'm with you. I thought they were going to score. It felt like they slightly outplayed Buffalo all day. For a fact, Cam Newton slightly outplayed Josh Allen, who's in a slump. I know he got his left shoulder dislocated and he has to wear a harness on it, but he's just not the same. I realized the throwing conditions were, as they were in many places yesterday, just flat out impossibly miserable. I realize it's gale force wind plus a little drizzle. You can't get a lot worse than that.
Buffalo is not a place that you want to play, especially at any time, because it gets cold, it gets windy, because I've been up there in all those conditions. It rains, it snows.
But if you look at what happened down the stretch of this game, Josh Allen finally made a couple of plays, and he made 1 throw on 3rd and 5 from the 10 with 4:16 left in the game, and he threw it to his rookie tight end, Gabriel Davis, in the end zone. I think we have this. This would have won the game going away for
Right.
Buffalo. This would have probably clinched it because it was so hard to score. And he whips it into the end zone, and tell me this isn't catchable.
Yeah, he got to catch
It's
that.
just- It just goes right through his hands. I don't know what he's doing. It's like the ball's moving a little bit with the wind,
Right.
but you got to catch that
Yes.
one. And he's actually been pretty good, and yet that was the throw for the game that left the door open.
Right.
And all of a sudden, they have to take a field goal, so now it's a field goal game. And all of a sudden,
I can
here
see the ball
comes
move.
Cam. It was moving. The wind got a little bit.
Yeah, because you
Oh, I
can
got
see
it.
Skip. He's standing right here, and all of a sudden he starts to
Okay,
shift.
I got it, but you got to catch it.
Yeah.
It's for the division. You know, this is it.
Yes.
This has been your nemesis for all these years. And to overcome them, even though you're a rookie tight end, you just have to catch it in the end
Right.
zone. Just follow it in. It's
Yep.
going to move.
Yep.
You just concentrate, haul it in, and the game's virtually over at that
Yep.
point. And yet, not virtually over, but again, at least you got overtime for
Right.
sure. But then here came Cam, and he hit Jacoby Myers, the ex-quarterback from North Carolina State, undrafted. He hit him for 8, and then Demir Bird, kid from South Carolina who was undrafted, he hit him for 8 yards. Then he ran for 19, and I thought, uh-oh, does Cam look quite like he used to run? He's lumbering a little bit. He doesn't have quite the suddenness he used to have, but he's just still such a force. He gets 19. So now it's 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line. So you're only 19 yards away, and I thought, he's going to cash this.
Right.
They're going to win this. And he ran it for 5 before from behind. Zimmer just got a hand up. And as Cam said after the game, high and tight. You got to hold it high and tight.
And plus, Skip, they got 2 timeouts, so it doesn't matter. It's 31 seconds.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. You can run it again
You
and
could.
call timeout, and
Yep.
you still good. So they were good. They were in prime position.
Okay, so Cam made one huge mistake, and as you said, it came at the worst time. Josh Allen threw one interception that was horrible,
Yep.
but it came earlier in the game and did not end it for them. This ended the game.
Yep.
So if you look at the stats of this game, they're even Steven, right down the board. Even time of possession, it was even all the way home. New England was in position to win this game, and because Cam tries to do too much, he couldn't close the deal.
Nope.
Who was the greatest deal closer in the history of this league? Well, he used to be the quarterback in New England. How many times did he save Bill Belichick?
Yes.
He had 59, Tom Brady did 50, or he does have now, 59 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter overtime. That's the all-time record. Well, how many of those games did he win?
Right.
Well, you just stepped into the winged cleats of Tom Brady. It's hard, man. It's a lot to ask Cam Newton. It'll break a lot of weaker men. It would have broken already. But he hangs tough. He always takes full blame after the game. It's on me. I got to protect the football, on and on and on. But the truth is, you're the reason they even have a semblance of credibility right now. And yet at 2, what are they now? 2 and
2 and 6,
5?
2 and 5,
I
yeah.
think they're 2 and 5. I think they're going to have a hard time winning any other games except the 2 Jets games.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough sledding. Don't count them out, Skip. You know, Coach Belichick have them ready to play, but like you said, it's gonna be tough sledding moving forward.
I'm counting them out. Coach Belichick's defense yesterday gave up 190 yards rushing to a third-round rookie named Zach Moss this year and the third-rounder from last year, Devin Singletary. They got 190 yards rushing. So if you can't stop that at Buffalo, you'll probably lose.
Well, but that was the big. Well, we saw this last year, Skip. Even when they had those all those guys before they opted out because of COVID, and a lot of those guys left via free agency.
Yep.
Cleveland started this. Because remember when we said, well, they were behind, so they didn't really care. They were so far ahead that let Cleveland run those. And then all of a sudden we saw, that's not an accident. They're just that bad at stopping the run. And then we saw Lamar Jackson and his company run for 200 plus, and we saw a lot of. And then Derrick Henry was really the coup de grace.
Yep.
And that was it. And it's like, okay.
Well, tonight on Monday Night Football, Tom Brady will continue to show up Bill Belichick and to prove once again he was the reason for the dynasty.
Against Danny Dimes? I mean, you tell me, against Danny Dimes, against that team?
It's at the Giants.
Really, Skip?
Yeah, really.
Really?
I told you, the Giants are dangerous.
Oh, you like Joe Judge. So if Joe Judge going to show up Coach Belichick,
Hey.
because he's after Coach Belichick tree.
The Giants had the Eagles flat out beaten. You know that on Thursday night.
They had the Cowboys flat out beaten.
They did.
You remember 17-3?
But the real AD, Andy Dalton, he took over.
I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
When was the last time you guys had a lead at the half? Besides last night. When was the last time? Can you remember? Did y'all have a lead against the Giants at the half?
We're down 17-3 in the second quarter.
So I'm just trying to figure out when was the last time
know.
you guys had a lead? You got to probably go back.
The last game, they just beat the brakes off Washington. It was like 43 to 4.
Oh, you proud of that?
Huh?
You proud of that?
Well, you asked me the last time they had a lead. I'm pretty sure they had a lead in that game at half.
Skip, we did not envision 2020 being like it was.
Nope.
So you got to go way, way back.
Way back.
Well, it was week 1 against the Rams. You didn't have the lead.
Y'all had a lead at the half?
It's been a while. Yes, 13.
That was a long time ago.
Doing some research over here. That was a long time ago. It feels like forever ago. Sorry to bring that up again. Guys, Cam had some turnovers. Lamar Jackson, he had some turnovers yesterday. Is Lamar incapable of winning the big games? We got to discuss.